with epic fury, including countries you mentioned, Germany from day one, France, and many others. We discussed the Bucharest airport, which was closed for a couple of days for commercial traffic because you needed it for epic fury, and they were
the
totally
United
fine.
Kingdom wouldn't let us the island for 2 weeks, so we had to fly back.
No, so I'm saying you're right. There are isolated
and
cases.
Italy was very big to do with their bases, as you know, and a couple of others. So
but still, generally 1,000 is huge. And you mentioned Spain. Even you got Spain pay 2%. They made a huge step in last year. So there's still issues we have to solve. But hey, also even on Spain, I would say they got to the 2%. And I know you have a very strong relationship with the United Kingdom, the King, but also usually always with Keir Starmer, who is now leaving office. He has now also committed to spend another $20 billion extra, 15 billion pounds on defense. So I would argue without you in this chip, this would not have happened. It is, of course, because of Russia, but also because of you. So grab to win, it's there. You did this. It was The Hague, and now they are implementing. And on Greenland, you and I made a deal in Davos. I will make sure that that deal is step by step being implemented. That you can deploy, if you want, the Golden Dome on Greenland. You have your trilateral talks. Marco is leading them from your side with the Greenlanders and the Danes. And it comes to if they would change their constitutional position in the kingdom, etc. But hey,
I mean, just so they understand, Greenland is very important for the United States, but it's not important for Denmark. In fact, when Denmark was overrun by the Nazis in less than a day, Hitler beat them out in 1 day, took over, and that's us to take care of Greenland. In fact, we took Greenland, and then still we gave it back. We shouldn't have given it back to them because we're the ones that need it. We need it for protection of the world, not just the United States. And it's very important. It doesn't help Denmark, but it helps. And it's very important for us. And again, they were defeated very quickly. Denmark was beaten in 1 day, less than 1 day, by the Nazis, by Hitler. And when this happened, they immediately switched it over to us. We had it. We were taking care of it, and then we gave it back, which is, I don't know why. I wouldn't have given the Panama Canal back either, you know, so what do I know? I certainly wouldn't have done it because China's trying to take over the Panama Canal, and that's not going to happen. So, but I know it's interesting. I'm very unhappy with NATO, and yet this man is a great leader. And he gets it. He gets it maybe better than some of the leaders.
But also your allies get it, thanks to you. And I could not do this without you.
It's too bad Biden didn't do it, or Obama.
Hey, but you are here now, and you and Trump 45 and Trump 47. In total, more than $1.2 trillion. I call this the Trump trillion.
No, it's true.
$1.2 trillion extra spent by and
I'm not only blaming NATO. They got a free ride. If Biden had any brain, which he didn't, he would have said, you got to pay more. And same with Obama. Two bad presidents. But they could have asked, and you would have done that too. It would have been, I mean, who knows? Who knows if they would have done
happen, and it is a huge...
It should have happened years ago, and it couldn't. But Obama didn't do it, and Biden didn't do it, and frankly, Bush didn't do it either.
But you did what Eisenhower started trying to do, equalizing the Europeans.
He tried, yeah.
He tried. And all the other presidents, none of them were successful. You're the first one. It's your win in The Hague.
That's why I like him.
And you win now.
That's why I like him.
This is true. Without you, this would not have happened. Really.
Do you have any questions?
Mr. President, is the ceasefire over? Is the ceasefire done? Is the MOU dead?
It's a very interesting question. To me, I think it's over. I deal with them with their scum. You know what scum is? They're scum. They're sick people. They're led by sick people. And they're vicious, violent people. And if they had a nuclear weapon, they'd use it. As far as I'm concerned, it's over. I'm sure negotiators, they want to negotiate. They're good people. Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner. But they have to come back to me. As far as I'm concerned, it's just a waste of time dealing with them. They're liars. We make a deal. And if I make a deal with him, we have a deal. And he goes out, he talks. We make a deal. Everyone's agreed. No nuclear weapon. We make a deal. They go outside, talk to the press. They say, we never even talked about it. There's something wrong with them. As far as I'm concerned, it's over.
These talks won't resume after we get through the funerals.
What?
Does this mean that talks with Iran will not resume?
I don't care. They can talk. I think they're wasting their time. They're a bunch of lying guys. I do my whole life. That's all I do is my whole life is. That's how I became president. I guess that's a deal too, right? But I made a lot of. I had a lot of great success. Tremendous success. Everything I did, I was successful. These guys, and I say, this is from a different school. They're liars. They're cheats. They're sick people. They've people that killed 54,000 people as of now that were protesting. You know, when people say, how come they haven't taken over? They can't take over because they're dead. Nobody's going to take over. They have no guns, and the other side has machine guns. And they're killing them. The press doesn't report it. But they're bad people. They're bad people. And frankly, I don't want to waste my time with them. Now, I'll let our wonderful negotiators keep talking if they want, but I don't like these people. You know that? I like him. I like the leaders. I think these leaders.
Great. And they love him.
I think they didn't treat the United States for many years, but that's okay. But they're sane, rational, good people. I don't like a couple of them, to be honest with you. But there are a couple I don't like much. But I like Erdogan. I'll tell you, I like President Erdogan. He rolled out the rate. He's terrific. You know, he could have gone into the war. A lot of people saying, like with Bibi, I like Bibi. I think Bibi was a terrific wartime prime minister. But Bibi said rough things yesterday about Turkey and Erdogan. And I said, you know, I spoke to him. I said, he could have gone into the war. He doesn't like Israel much. And he doesn't like Bibi much. And he didn't go because he. And this is a military. The fact that TikTok is so bad, dangerous, it's so horrible, they're spreading all these rumors. And the numbers came out yesterday. You know who's number one? TikTok I am. I'm number one on TikTok. And all I talk about is how bad communism is. They say, oh, it's terrible, they're spreading, but I'm number one. And listen to Gordon Chang. I like Gordon Chang, but he's always like negative. Oh, China's so terrible, they're so terrible. TikTok is so terrible. But I'm number one on TikTok. I have like 1 billion views or something like that. So I don't know. People have to get the priorities straight. We have had a really good. We're going to have another good half a day, and then I'll see you later. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, press. Thanks, guys.
I also will do a press.
Thank you, guys.
It will be more important.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Please cut off this play. Hey, guys. Thank you.
अंकारा में अमरीकी सदर डोनाल्ड ट्रंप नेटो चीफ के हमरा मीडिया से गुफ्तगू कर रहे थे। उन्होंने कहा कि हमारा मौक़िफ़ दो टूक और वाज़ेह है। ईरान जौहरी हथियार नहीं रख सकता। ईरान की तमाम क़यादत को ख़त्म कर दिया। अब वहाँ नए लोग हैं। अमरीकी सदर ने कहा कि हमने गुज़िश्ता रात ईरान पर हमला किया। ईरानी हमलों के जवाब में अमरीकी कार्रवाई की गई। गुज़िश्ता रोज़ ईरान ने सऊदी अरब और दीगर ममालिक के जहाज़ों पर हमले किए। ईरान 47 साल से दुनिया भर के ममालिक के लिए परेशानी का बाइस रहा है। अमरीकी सदर ने गुफ्तगू में कहा कि ईरानी बहुत ख़तरनाक और बीमार जहनीत के लोग हैं। हमने ईरान के मामले पर बहुत वक्त ज़ाया किया। खबर आपको देंगे। ईरानी सुप्रीम लीडर शहीद सैयद अली ख़ामनेई का जसद खाकी इराक़ पहुँचा दिया गया। मुक़द्दस शहर नजफ़ अशरफ में इमाम अली अलैहिस्सलाम के रोज़े पर